What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Sinister Bunny Studios, your go-to channel for heavy metal content. And today, I've got an announcement for a side project that has started today, and that is the Metal Brain podcast. Now, it's a podcast that I've had in my mind of doing for a very long time, and I've sort of been dragging my feet for most of that time up until yesterday. I was dragging my feet because I didn't know how I wanted to do it exactly, like the angle that I was going to have, who I was going to have on, all the stuff that I was going to talk about, how often I was going to release it, where I was going to release it, the logo and all the like branding stuff for it. I didn't know what to do. Up until late last night, I was like, you know what? I've had kind of this idea for the logo. I'm just going to kind of try to sketch something. And so I got on my sketchbook, which is right here, and which is a really cool sketchbook, by the way, because it's like parchment paper. It's like antique looking paper. But I was like, I'm going to draw what I think the logo is going to end up being. And so this is what I ended up coming up with. That's my like sketch mock-up of what the logo was going to be, okay? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And so I took a picture of it, and because I'm not a big Photoshop guy, I took a picture and uploaded it to my computer, and I brought it into my video editing software, not even Photoshop, and just started messing with it. Because when I made the Sinister Bunny logo and the channel banner for my YouTube channel and all the social media for Sinister Bunny Studios, that was a picture of a scratchy sketch style branding that I made, that I edited in my video editing software to look like that white chalky kind of computer digital graphics thing. But it started out as a pencil thing on paper or pen, and I just took a picture and transformed it into that stuff through my computer in editing. And so I did the same thing for the logo for this, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Hopefully by now I'll throw up like the logo and everything for it. I'll probably get somebody a little more professional to do a better version of it at some point, but I think the one that I made is good enough for now. I'm self-sufficient. Don't gotta pay anybody. I already got it set up. I think it's decently cool, so we're good to go. But if you're like some kind of crazy artist, definitely hit me up. Maybe we can work something out. But yeah, so the Metal Brain podcast is going to be a podcast about myself. Hopefully not talking solo very much, but having guests on from all different types of backgrounds, whether I know them personally or I don't, and just shooting the shit, talking about music and anything that comes to mind. It's not strictly a heavy metal podcast. The Metal Brain aspect of the name is me. I am the Metal Brain. I am a metalhead, and so it's about my experiences and in my life and with other people, and it's probably going to be kind of like a learning thing for me from people from other backgrounds who I may not be as knowledgeable of. So I think it'd be really cool as a metalhead to see different people's perspectives on things, and if they're involved in a different world of music, and just kind of learning and finding cool things out that way. So that's kind of the plan thus far for the podcast. As of right now, just 30 minutes ago, I made the podcast live on Anchor, which is what I'm using to hopefully distribute the podcast onto like Spotify and all that. And Anchor is made by Spotify, so it should be able to go on Spotify pretty quickly. As you know, I use DistroKid to distribute my music out in stores, digital stores, and Anchor is a free way to get a podcast distributed out, so it's going to be free for me, which is nice. But that's kind of the idea so far. It's on Anchor right now. I can leave a link in the description for all the stuff. I'm still waiting to see how long it's going to take for it to get on Spotify and other streaming platforms, so be on the lookout, because if you're like me, you like using Spotify. It will be on Spotify. I just don't know how long it will take after I publish it on Anchor for it to be put on Spotify. It should be fairly quick since they're owned by Spotify, but you never know. It might take some time. So the plan is to have it distributed out onto streaming platforms but you can listen to it right now on Anchor. I'll leave the link for it down in the description so you can go check that out. I'll also leave links for the social media that I have made thus far for the Metal Brain podcast. I think I only have an Instagram so far because, like I said, this all culminated like last night. So I'm still getting the social media stuff built up, all the accounts and all that. And so you can go follow the Metal Brain podcast on Instagram and get updates on that and like guests that are going to be coming on and just cool things that way. So I'll leave those links all down in the description. And other than that, I mean, yeah, just stick with me through this cool side project. Support me with it. I know you guys are great fans. We got a great community here on the Sinister Bunny Studios channel. So hopefully you guys will be interested in hearing me talking more long form and with other people. So the Metal Brain podcast is a thing now. Definitely check it out if you would. I would greatly appreciate it. If you think it's an interesting idea, please share it as much as you possibly can. And if you don't want to do that, at least share my YouTube channel and the stuff that I do here. I would really, 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 really appreciate that. Trying to get over that hump of 1,000 subscribers. We're very, very, very close. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. And I'd love you indefinitely. You, individually, you. I would love you. That's it. That's pretty much it. Follow me. Follow the Metal Brain podcast. Everything should be down in the description. And thank you guys for helping me do all this cool creative shit. And like I always say, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I will see you in the next video or podcast. Stay metal, my friends.